I just wanted to talk about some like medical gaslighting that you're gonna see from your family, like, or maybe even friends. I don't know, but it's like I'm dealing with my grandmother who's like telling me, she's like the problem that I have isn't. It's not that my neck is a serious issue. It's that like I'm seeing too many doctors about it, and that's why I'm having a problem. And I'm also, well, yeah, because she thinks that me seeing specialists is and going to all these doctors is just making it worse because like the logic that my family has, at least on my mom's side, is if you are doing something and something is happening, then the thing that you're doing is causing the thing that's happening because they're occurring at the same time. And it's like when my grandmother fell and broke her hip, she didn't go to her primary care doctor. She went to a surgeon and she got her hip replaced. But by her logic, I should only ever see a primary care doctor. She told me I need one doctor to solve all my problems. I'm like, I just don't know where to start with that because that's so incredibly dumb, right? And you think like, okay, she's older, whatever. She doesn't understand this problem. Maybe you know, I mean, when I'm older, I'm gonna not understand things as well. But my mom's like, still, she's just like, you just need to go swimming and do yoga, and then it'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, well, so all of regenerative therapy and orthopedic surgery is unnecessary. We've established that because all you have to do is do swimming and yoga. I mean, why does Jimmy Butler get stem cells in his ACL and from in the Miami Heat? Why does he do that when he could just go swimming? I mean, what's the point? Regenerative therapy is stupid. It's pointless. It doesn't work. Orthopedic surgery is not necessary. It's like I think the reason I get gaslit and told this shit is because I need my family's help, like financially. So anything that might require them to help me, like a ride somewhere or some money to pay for an appointment, the second like there's no pushback when I pay for it and I can take myself there. Then it makes sense. But the second they need to help me to get a ride somewhere, the second they need to help me pay for something, well, then it's not necessary. Then it's foolish. Then it's my fault. Like, they think regenerative therapy is a joke. But if regenerative therapy like Regenix was covered by insurance and I could just pay for it and it was, like $100 or whatever, or like maybe you go get PICL and it's like $500 or something like that, then they wouldn't have a thing to say. They would just say, good luck, have fun. The only reason that they gaslight me is because they care more about their bank accounts than they do for me. And they can't, like, it's like this logical fallacy, like, in there that's like messing with their brain. I don't know if they necessarily care more about their bank accounts than they do for me, but they care enough so that the logical part of their brain is broken. No, I mean, they definitely care more about their bank accounts than they do for me. Like, if they had to go completely broke or have me die, they would probably choose me die. But um, they've also got a lot to lose too. So like my mom's retired and she's got like her whole savings and all that she needs for because she's probably gonna live another 30 years. Everyone's living so long nowadays. So to lose that would be dangerous for her, I guess, scary. Um, so yeah, I mean, if I had to bet, I'd say both of them would sacrifice me to protect their bank accounts. Which is fair enough, I mean, it's their life. But if they're gonna sit there and tell me like, nah, it's my fault, and keeping in mind, like in my family, like I hurt my neck worse. Like I told my mom, she's like, you can go help your grandmother and stay with her and have more of your own because like my grandmother has a spare room and it's easier, quieter for me to stay here, and it is. But it's like I told her I was like, I can't be helping my grandmother around. Like if she falls over, picking her up and doing all these chores for her with my neck the way it is because my neck's gonna get worse. and she gave me the option to come here or be homeless. And then so I did, and then of course I hurt my neck, strained my neck helping my grandmother, and I went from being able to go for walks and go to the gym and stuff to and go to the beach. Still couldn't work, but and then I'm like bedbound now, and that's still over their heads. Like it's still they can't grasp that that happened because that would mean that they did something wrong, and that can't happen. And and the thing about serious health problems is you need to be able to look at them and say this is the real deal. Like this is the truth, and it might suck, but you need to look at the truth. It's like if you can't look at the truth, it's like trying to solve a math problem without all the variables. It's like you're just gonna get the wrong answer. You have to see like my neck is um, got ligament damage that's severe enough so that like I can't really get out of bed. That it's taking a long time to heal, and due to the severity of the alar ligament damage, it may not heal. My like maybe if I improve over time, maybe I won't. Like I don't imagine just laying in bed and taking it easy, and maybe doing some physical therapy a little later on if I can. Um, is ever going to get me back to 100%? Because like I was, it was 2 years before this where I was doing physical therapy and stuff, and I hadn't got to 100%. I didn't even get to 50%. So it's like now I'm worse. It's like I'm not getting fixed by just hanging, like just going swimming and doing yoga. It's like, and if you can't look at that, you can't see that like regenerative therapy is necessary. It could be a cervical fusion is necessary if I want to have a normal life. And I'm just tired of being gaslit by my family and being told like it's my fault, like I'm doing things wrong. And I'm like, okay, if it's my fault, name my condition, which is craniocervical instability. They can't do it. Either of them. I've been talking to them about this for 2.5 years. I don't even know what my condition's called. No idea. And I've told them many times in writing, like emails, text messages, like here is the name of my condition. If you would like to make comments about my condition, why don't you go look it up? Like maybe go on YouTube or go on Google and just look it up. Because they desperately want to tell me, like, in my expert opinion, the solution has to be something that doesn't cost me any money, meaning like them, or require them to put any effort in. If that's, if it requires them to do anything, it can't be the right solution. It can't be. And they'll rationalize it any way they can. Because if that's what it takes and it does cost them something and they do need to be taking me somewhere, like my grandmother didn't pay for my MRI. She refused to pay for my MRI. So my mom had to pay for it, which she's already paid for a bunch of stuff already. And um, and it's like, and I got injured taking care of my grandmother. And God forbid, and I've been helping her out for a year. And God forbid she spent $100 to get me an MRI in my very serious condition, and it's required. I'm required to get. And I tell her, I'm like, I need this MRI because I'm likely going to need surgery if I get a fusion. They have to have this MRI to see what's going on in my neck. And so she denies that. And the thing is, if she is denying paying for me when I need it, and not getting me the help I need, then she's a bad person and she has to feel bad. But if she can't feel bad, so I have to be the one that's screwing up. It can't be that I needed an MRI and she refused to pay for it. It has to be that I didn't need the MRI to begin with and she was right not to pay for it. I think that's the logic a lot of families are probably going, like a lot of people with chronic health issues and stuff are gonna experience dealing with family, because especially family that God just can't be bothered to do a goddamn, use one brain cell to make a thought happen about any of it. Like it's just, if you take 5 minutes to just use your goddamn head. But I see it like with other people too. Like you see family members that are just like, nah, it's all in your head, and like doctors do it. Like doctors do like gaslight you and say, like Like it's not that bad, like you just need to walk it off kind of thing, like you're fat. Women get told that a lot. Like and it's like, because if they don't gaslight you and tell you that like it's your fault, then that means that they're inadequate and they're failing you and they have to feel bad. And it's like, I don't know why they feel that way, because like if it's a serious health condition, why not just try to help? And if you fail, then you fail. I mean, I would think people by this time would be aware that there's horrible health problems in the world and sometimes you can't win. I don't think my problem is like a can't win scenario necessarily, but I'm just saying, like, why gaslight people? You know, why not just actually deal with the problem, like deal with the negative emotions and stop trying to like, but people don't want to do that. People don't want to feel anything, and they'll take someone they supposedly love and or are responsible for caring for in the case of a doctor, and try to belittle the patient or like hurt the family member, tell them they're weak, tell them it's all in their head, tell them, if you would just do this one thing that I know you're not going to do, but if you would just do this one thing, then you'd be cured. But you're not doing that. So you can't be helped. You're a lost cause, because like we know how to solve the problem. You're not doing it. I'm not gonna feel bad about this anymore. It's just about them feeling bad. They don't want to feel bad, and that's why people gaslight, because they don't want to feel bad. And so, and it's like, you fucking dumbasses. I'm the one laying in the bed all day. What the fuck do you have to feel bad about? Nothing compared to me. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna do a second video. So I feel like I need to raise awareness about actual reality on this condition. Oh my god. So yeah, medical gaslighting by family members. It's great.